Something real quick.
Something real quick.
Real quick, like, a snail. That was a good one.
Welcome back
Welcome back
to Am I the Asshole?
to Am I the Asshole?
Probably an asshole for that one.
Yeah, I mean.
It's okay, though. It's okay. We move on.
Yep.
We live our lives. It's a belch, much like a fart. Everyone does it.
I don't think we've gotten a single complaint because I burp a lot.
You do burp a lot. I
yeah.
actually contain them, but you burp a lot.
I don't. I just let it fucking fly.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I respect it. Full send, just live your best life.
Yep.
But welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
It's weird for us. We've talked about this before when we record on random weird nights.
This is a really random weird night.
Yeah, it is Wednesday.
Yep.
Not only is it Wednesday, it's Wednesday at 10 o'clock. The last time we recorded at 10 o'clock, shit went off the rails real fast.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how well this goes. But as always, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like what you see, and comment below as we go along. Sam, I actually had a very productive day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Today, let me tell you all the good things that happened today.
Okay.
I found out today that my coworker who I work very close to just got promoted.
Nice. Big bucks.
Basically he is now in charge of us, which is cool.
That's even better.
So,
honestly,
and we work really well together, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I also got a raise today.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
For anybody out there wondering, I'm not going to tell you the company I work for, but we got unfortunate news that the company was not performing as well as it was supposed to, and we were not getting a cost of living raise like we were supposed to each year. But my boss pulled me aside today and goes, "Hey, I recognize all the hard work you've been doing, and you and a few others on the team are getting some COL raises." And I went, "All right." And then also the garage is officially cleaned out and ready to be finished and painted. So that will be a project I'll be doing over the next 2 weeks. The shed now has new shelving in there for us to be able to put like other outside supplies and such in there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I got my lights hung up on the back deck, so now we have Govee lights for a nice little rave section going on there, or just for lighting in general, which is nice.
Yeah.
I got my yard mowed today.
Damn.
And
did all that while working?
Yeah. I've been on one, brother. I've been rolling.
I guess I shouldn't say I didn't have a productive day. I did do like the dishes, but like, otherwise I've been sitting my happy ass on the couch watching Receivers on Netflix.
Honestly,
so
I respect it. Today was one of those days that I woke up and I had this urge to be productive. Like, let us know in the comments. Do you ever had those kind of days? Because I feel like sometimes I'm the only one.
No,
or rather, I should say I'm the only one who has them as like often as I do.
Well, yeah, you thrive off of productivity. Like you can't just sit down and chill. Honestly.
Correct. Yeah. It's a problem. Yeah. My therapist called me out on that. She was like, "I challenge you to sit down just one day." And I came back to her and I was like, "Hey, I was sick for a whole day. How's that count?" She just looked at me like, no. But yeah, no, I had a very productive day. Very, 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 very good day. And I'm hoping that it continues in tomorrow. Even the weather was beautiful. While I was cutting the grass, it was like 89 degrees outside, but it wasn't
heat waves
humid,
finally chilling out. Yep.
And then what was even better about that, sitting there mowing, and all of a sudden, because there's a storm rolling in tonight, and this beautiful breeze came through, like a good 5 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour gusts, and it was heaven, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Good day all around.
Nice.
But it has nothing to do with today's topic.
Never does.
Sam.
Yes.
How long have we been best friends?
Pretty much 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long fucking time.
Sam, have I ever pissed you off?
Yeah.
Have I ever been?
You were 40 minutes late today. What do you mean? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay. All right, dude. Crazy. Had a productive day. Okay.
Yep. Now here I am. I'm here to shit on that.
Just all over. Yeah. See, this is prime example. You're being a best friend asshole.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
And that leads us to today's topic.
Yeah,
This is all about best friends.
That is actually part of today's topic.
But yes, today is all about best friends. We're going to see if these best friends are assholes, if these OPs are being dickheads, even though that's not what we're talking about, because who cares?
Yeah. I'd say for once, this is something we actually have some authority on.
Yeah.
This is good best friend behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we have 20 years of experience. So
yeah.
Yeah.
The ups, the downs,
Yep.
the fights, the makeout sessions. Oh, wait.
man.
Anyway, so yeah.
Hardcore OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
Sketch.
Some brother. Too soon?
We stand with sketch.
We stand with sketch, actually. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump in.
Yep.
So I looked at the record,
Mm.
and if I tallied it correctly, you are down by 1 point.
Oh.
You have rallied back, but you are down by 1 point. Actually, no, I take that back. I think we might be tied because you beat me last week.
Possibly. Yep.
So you're either down by 1 or we're tied. So you either tie now if you win or take the lead if you win. So I've got to beat you.
Yep.
I have gone on too long of a under 500 spell, and I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long one, but to be fair, I had a long one to get down that deficit as well. So
you did, and you ate it like a champ, and I respect that. But now I'm gonna put you back down. Okay.
Okay.
So so here we go. Make sure they can see it.
Oh, it's
all right.
Fuck
the face. Fuck off with the face. All right. You count it down.
all right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Only takes one. It only takes one. You ever just taste victory, chat? Wow, who am I?
Who are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess now that I'm either tied or up one, I have become you. So
I really hope Future Sam just puts somber music over me at this point. All right.
Or
let's go ahead. Let's dive in.
Sounds of
this
victory.
first one's already looking juicy. Sam, take it away.
Alrighty. Am I the asshole for not attending my best friend's wedding? Ooh, but I have a good reason. My friend, 27 female, asked me, 28 female, to be one of her bridesmaids for her wedding. She was my maid of honor 2 years ago, and before that we'd always say we'd be each other's maid of honor. We've been friends for 20 years. When she asked me to be a bridesmaid, it stung a bit, to be honest. But seeing as she has a twin sister that she is close to, it made sense that she would have her, that she would be her maid of honor. The issue I really had with this is that at one point, before I did barely anything as a bridesmaid, she told me, "You don't have to stand with the other bridesmaids during the wedding." I found it weird that she was saying that, but I replied, "No, I want to be there with all of you." After a bit of back and forth, she admitted she doesn't want me standing there with everyone because of my fear of being the center of attention and my social anxiety. She was worried that I would have a panic attack just like I did standing there at my own wedding. Honestly, it was bad during my wedding because I was shaking and couldn't breathe, and everyone's terrified reaction made it even worse for me. I had to leave and come back to just me, my husband, and my mother to continue our vows and such while everyone else moved on to the reception. I couldn't even go join them until I was drunk enough to not feel embarrassed. I've been at therapy since then and have made huge progress regarding my social anxiety, and my best friend knows this. I felt hurt that she didn't trust me enough to let me stand with the others. I told her I was so much calmer and less anxious now, and I won't even be the center of attention like I was when I was the bride. She said she acknowledged my improvement, but just doesn't want to take chances. She said she doesn't want to embarrass me again, and that she would just feel worried about me the whole time, and was also worried that I would ruin the mood of the wedding if I did happen to have a panic attack. I eventually told her that I'd just rather be a guest if I can't do all the bridesmaid stuff. On the day of her wedding, I was just so sick to my stomach with hurt and sadness that I was merely going as a guest to her wedding that I just decided not to go because I felt so left out. Now she is very mad at me for making her feel bad at her wedding. She thinks I was trying to hurt her and make her feel guilty because of what she thinks was a reasonable request. I didn't mean to hurt her, but I just couldn't go because I was overwhelmed with hurt. The people I've talked to are all divided on who is the asshole in this situation. I feel bad for ruining her mood on her wedding day, but I still feel what she asked of me was hurtful. Am I the asshole in this situation?
This story has a lot of ping pong to it.
Yeah, there have both been assholes at certain points, we'll say, at the top of this.
I'm going to say this. We were both the best man for each other's weddings.
Yeah.
However, I will say, so I had a similar effect to your wedding because you technically had 3 best men. The way you positioned it to me.
Well, I had 2 groomsmen and then I had you technically, but you were also the officiant.
Correct. And so what I was gonna say was like, I remember like initially when you had, because you like, I remember we had the conversation. You were like, I'm surprised you were even asking if you're gonna be the best man. Like, or no, not that I'm asking. That you said I'm surprised you even thought you weren't gonna be the best man. Is what you said.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were talking at first, I initially thought you were wanting all 3 of us to be best men. But then you were like, no, like I want you to be the best man, but I also want you to be the officiant. Like I want you to be there at my wedding. Like you're my boy.
Yeah.
And so I can kind of understand the anxiety when it comes to that, like of like that uncertainty of what's going on until there's clarity.
Yeah.
However, there is one key point to this whole thing that I think needs to be addressed.
What's that?
It's not her wedding.
Yep.
I hate to say it that way, but it's not.
Yeah.
And when it's not your wedding, the only 2 people that you need to respect in this situation are the bride and groom and their wishes. And the bride rather specifically asked for them to be, not at the center of attention and not in that lineup because they were looking out for their friend and recognizing, hey, I watched you at your wedding literally have a full-on panic attack where no one could be around for you to get married. I don't want to chance it.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to catch hell for this in the comments. I know for a fact I am. I'm going to have to go ahead and say that everyone sucks. I think
there we go.
Yeah, I think everyone sucks is a fair and justifiable answer. However, this is heavily leaning towards asshole.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had some audio
issues
here. Give me a second.
Technical difficulties. See, it's the curse.
Okay. So you said, I'm sorry, you said, because I didn't catch pretty much any of that.
No, you're good. So. I said everyone sucks, leaning very heavily into asshole.
Okay. I mean, I can understand the hurt in that scenario, especially if you've been working on it, and going to therapy and addressing it. Man. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is their wedding. I mean, I think I'll agree with everyone sucks just because, like, and leaning like heavily on the asshole part is because, like, at the end of the day, it is their wedding. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But to not acknowledge that progress, at least to make it a bridesmaid, you know, I think that would have been more fair. But then at the same time, just straight up not going and not supporting your best friend is also like a huge thing. Like, you know, if you had said like, hey, you know, for whatever reason, you're not gonna be my best man, I'd be like, all right, cool. We'll still drink it up at the party, you know, and, you know, still go to the reception. Like, I don't know if that's just a difference with our friendship versus their friendship, but, I don't know. Like, yeah, it seems like a pretty extreme thing, especially if you have been friends for 20 years.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is for this story, this fits directly to like us. The only difference is they're ladies and we're dudes, you know. But 20 years is 20 years. You know, like that's not even a best friend anymore. That's a family member. That is someone who has been there through sickness and in health, love and loss. Like it's that individual has seen some shit. Like the reason I'm leaning heavily asshole is that part that you decided to not go. Yeah. Like, I'm going to use this as an example real quick. And I maybe, I don't know. Maybe, no, this is a very tough story because when you've been friends for 2 decades and knowing what all you've been through and your final choice is to not go support your best friend at their wedding on the biggest day of their life next to having kids, like, you know, like I don't know. I'm leaning more asshole now. Like the more I think about it, the more I mull it, I'm like, yeah, your friend was an asshole. But at the end of the day, like, it's their wedding. That's the end all be all of it. Like, like there was a moment in here where she said she doesn't want to embarrass me again and that she would just feel worried about me the whole time and was also worried that I would ruin the mood of the wedding if I did happen to have a panic attack. I eventually told her that I'd just rather be a guest if I can't do the bridesmaid stuff. Like, you chose to tell her that. You made that choice to be a guest. And now you're pissed off and you just don't want to go because you're a guest? Like, oh, look at this. It's the consequences of my own actions. Yeah.
I don't think it goes all the way to asshole, but like it's definitely very close. You know, it's to me, this is a classic situation of a lack of, I don't know if you want to say it with me or not.
Let me revel in this for a moment.
I mean, he's been losing so bad to rock, paper, scissors. I had to at least give him this, right?
Oh, yeah. I feel it building. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's been a pretty distinct lack of communication.
Oh. Y'all smell that? It's a smell of sweet
it's a sympathy
happiness.
Nut. That's all it is.
No, I agree, but I would actually go a step further, and I might be alone on this island here. But this is also what to me is a clear case of I didn't get my way. Yeah. You don't just throw away a friendship after 20 years. No. Like, there's grounds for why you would. Like, them and your partner slept together. You know, something like that. Or you fucking burned down their house or some shit. Like, you know, like there's some extremes. 20 years is 20 years. Yep. For us, that's over half our life, dude. Like, you know, and for them, that's over half their life. Like, they've been friends since 7 and 8.
Yep.
And I also want to bring up this point too, and I think we haven't really touched on this. Something to really think about is, and you and I both know this, when you're getting married, especially on your wedding day, it can be very, very stressful.
Yeah.
And any ounce of stress that you can remove, you will.
Yep.
So honestly, while I agree that there's a strong, like a strong lack in communication, I also think that at the beginning of this, the bride, OP's best friend, communicated, hey, I don't want to have to worry about this.
After a bit, yeah. But then this is the other thing of it too is, let's see, the maid of honor thing, whatever, that makes sense. She has a twin sister. Before I did barely anything as a bridesmaid, she told me you don't have to stand with the other bridesmaids during the wedding. Basically, like relegating her down to guest without actually, it kind of seems a little, not necessarily backstabby, but like, they're trying to cover this up and make this shit smell a lot better based off of that statement alone,
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. I'll give you that level, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I still have a pretty. I don't know. I'm still. Yeah. I'm gonna say everyone sucks.
Yeah.
Heavily leaning asshole. I want to lean more asshole, but I will say everyone sucks. However, everyone else
says asshole.
Says asshole.
Yep.
Let's read these comments. I'm really curious to what they're going to say. Hopping on this first one here by Ornery Octopus.
That's a great name.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, you're the asshole. She's not the asshole because she doesn't want you causing a scene at her wedding, which 100% would have happened based on your reaction to her decision. See, you're someone who, despite saying you don't like being the center of attention, will find some way to make everything about yourself.
Man,
there's no such thing as a maid of honor exchange program. Just because you picked her does not entitle you to the same position at her wedding, especially in light of what went on at yours, which is so beyond the norm that it's not even worth risking. You may think you've got a brand new, shiny, fresh out of the box ability to self-control. You do not. Your reactions are out of whack and frankly out of line. You need to get some more therapy, probably from someone else. You are not wrong, some wronged party. Again, you're the asshole, big time.
Ooh.
Wow.
They went in on the attack. They're like, you're like this. And I'm like, Jesus.
Bang, 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 bang.
Based off of like, what, two paragraphs?
Go to sleep.
Yeah. We just watched that actually yesterday.
Nice.
Next one here is, you're the asshole. Are you aware that you basically proved her point? She was worried that your emotions would get the best of you, and that's exactly what happened. You were so overwhelmed with sadness that you couldn't bring yourself to attend her wedding, even though you said you would attend. Why should she trust you? Trust that you wouldn't have a breakdown during her wedding. While you might have had made some progress, I don't think you're as far removed from your struggles as you think.
I mean,
honestly,
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm still siding with everyone sucks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as we said, leaning very heavily towards asshole.
Yep.
Let's move on.
Moving on.
Next up. Am I the asshole for admitting to my best friend that my girlfriend is higher priority now because of the title girlfriend? I, 27 male, recently had a conversation with my best friend, 26 female, of 8 years on WhatsApp. She admitted that my new relationship with my girlfriend of 2 months has affected her. We used to text every day and meet once a week, but the frequency has decreased, making her feel neglected. She also told me that she feels that our friendship is becoming one-sided because it is now usually her taking the initiative to text me, but the fact is I am going through a lot now, juggling between work, relationship, and study. She put me on the spot, asking if the relationship has put her on a lower priority list. I admitted so because of the title girlfriend, and she was hurt. I still love, platonically, and care about my best friend, and I wish she didn't ask this question as my answer might burn bridges. I understand her attachment due to our amazing times together and the challenges we faced in college. And we were always there for each other. She sees me as a brother and I see her as a sister. It seems she feels betrayed by my new relationship, and me admitting that my girlfriend is a higher priority has worsened the situation as she has stopped texting me. I wouldn't have shared that if she hadn't asked. I feel that she may be overthinking about this friendship situation. Just because I prioritize my girlfriend over her doesn't mean I don't care about her. I will always care about my dear friend. It will be a shame to lose my best friend forever like that, and I'll find a way to rekindle our friendship again. Am I the asshole for admitting that my girlfriend is a higher priority than my best friend now?
Oof. Bros before hoes, man.
Another one that you and I have plenty of experience in.
Yep. I mean, whew. It's natural, especially in a blossoming, budding relationship as this, that priorities change, at least in the short term. And that's totally normal. That's part of life. New shiny thing, want to play with new shiny thing. Admittedly. And we've had on both sides our fair share of experiences with that. But I mean, like, I don't know. I'm getting very much, I don't think she sees you as a brother vibes.
I agree.
Honestly, like, if this is happening after just 2 months,
I agree.
I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's about to be either really happy or really sad Taylor Swift song, one of the two.
Yeah, I could not agree more, and I'm glad you said that, because I was teeing that off at the start of my statement.
Yep.
This has jealousy written all over it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, I agree fully when you're in a relationship, a new relationship at that, shiny new thing, shiny new toy, want to play with shiny new toy. That is how our brains work. We're like,
yep.
I really like this. I like the feeling that you give me. I am going to express that far above and beyond, you know? But best friend definitely has some feelings. I have countless lady friends who I've been friends with for a long time. One in particular, I'll give her a shout out. Shout out to Allie. Allie and I have been friends for, Lord, probably a decade now. We've been, like, best friends for a long time. I can tell you with a certainty that there has never been one time where she and I have had a relationship where we go, man, I feel left out.
Yeah.
Like, if she got her a man, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to meet him. Like, is he cool? Does he like nerdy shit? If so, like, can he hang? Like, you know, and vice versa. Like, she loves my wife, calls her wife, steals her from me when she's around, like, loves her to death. There's never been once where we've ever been like, I think you're spending too much time with him, you know? So with all that said, I can say with certainty, there is a strong level of jealousy, and OP, you ain't the asshole, brother.
Nah, definitely no assholes here. Because, I mean, she asked a question, you answered it. That's a true friendship.
Yeah.
A true friend will tell you how it is.
Facts.
Honestly.
Even when you don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes that's what you need, you know?
So. Raw honesty is what a good, long best friend relationship is. And look, you gave her the answer that she needed to hear. She just didn't want to hear it.
Yep.
She asked that question hoping that you were going to be like, no, I just broke up with her 5 minutes ago. I love you. Let's go get married. Let's make babies, you know? Like, no, it's sorry. Man's is happy.
Yep.
So, and everyone else
agreed. Not the
everyone
asshole.
else agreed. Not the asshole. Let's go to these comments.
Yeah. First one here is not the asshole. I have a similar relationship. My best friend is male. My hubby is the most important person in my life, as it should be. Friends are important, but your partner is exponentially more important. Your friend put you on the spot, and you were honest with her. I don't know what her motivation was, but this is a weird thing to ask. Honestly, to be honest, I feel like this would be just the norm, or it would just be the norm. You can let your friend know that you understand that she feels that you haven't been a great friend lately. Explain the stress you're under. Tell her that you may have been blunt and that you're sorry it came across like you didn't care. However, also explain that the reality is that your relationship with your partner is your first priority. If she doesn't accept that, then she's not really your best friend. Very well said.
I couldn't agree more. Just for the old shits and gigs. Let's read the second one here. I'm going to be the unpopular opinion of you're the asshole. I'm glad I read this.
He's not reading it. He's saying it because he's contrarian to the consensus.
Fuck this guy. Yeah. No, don't ditch your friends because you are seeing someone else romantically. If you can't figure out how to invest in friendships when you start dating someone, you're going to be very sad if and when the relationship ends and you don't have anyone to talk to. Spend time with your girlfriend, but don't forget about your friends. Make time for people who are important to you. Here's where I disagree with that. Your friends will understand if you have a fresh love life and that this is blossoming.
Yeah.
To me, and I might be in the unpopular opinion, but the first 3 months, like, go enjoy it. You know, like, I'm here. After that, we might have a talk. You know, but no, like, I genuinely believe, like, no, like, your friends will understand that you're in a new blossoming love life, and they're going to understand that you're not going to be shoved up their ass 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the nature of the beast.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I guess it makes too much sense, but
one would say, oh, hold up. I just looked at the third comment. We have another one.
Interesting.
I'll say you're the asshole. People that ghost their friends when they get a partner are always the assholes. First of all, from the OP statement, he didn't ghost them. I have a partner. I can still respond to text messages or even message them first. You're acting like being a friend is such a big commitment and you don't have time for it. You do. Will there be less time than before? Sure, but frankly, you sound like you're making zero effort. No doubt if you break up, you'll suddenly start popping up again and going, oh, why did we ever lose touch, etc.
I don't think there was a ghosting situation. It was just less frequent, and they didn't do their weekly meetup, you know.
Well, the comment that responded to that one even said, if he ghosted her, I would agree, but it sounds as though he's just not as involved as he was. Unfortunately, that happens to most of us at some point in our 20s. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, especially in the 20s. Yeah, so.
Yep. Moving on.
Yep. Next. And we'll have to blur. So sorry for the probably giant subscribe button that's just popped up on your screen. But there's a large update, so we'll read that afterwards. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend she can't stay at my house with my husband when I'm out of town? Maybe some more jealousy here. I, 36 female, live with my husband and child. My best friend, Stacy, 37 female, has been staying with us the last few weeks while her home undergoes renovation. I met my best friend in college, and we are pretty opposite when it comes to a lot of things. She's far more carefree, particularly with men. She loves dating committed men, wives, fiancés, or girlfriends she doesn't care and will pursue for the thrill. There have been a couple occasions where she has been confronted publicly by spouses and she just laughs it off after the fact. Although she can be a bit flirtatious, she's never actually done anything totally out of line with my husband, but she has with the boyfriend of a mutual friend. Now the issue. I'm going to Las Vegas in a couple days and I'll be gone for 5 days. I told her that I would prefer if she stayed elsewhere while I'm gone. She asked why, and I told her it was because of her history of going after men in relationships, and I wasn't comfortable with her there while I'm gone for so long. She got really defensive, hurt, and started to cry. She insisted that she values our friendship and would never violate that, but I held firm and said that this is just one of those things where I'd rather be safe than sorry. She'll be staying at another friend's house. I feel bad, but I also don't think I'm going to change my mind. My husband doesn't care either way and said she should understand why I feel that way, but my sister and a couple of our mutual friends said that I should just trust her. And even if I don't, I should trust my husband. Am I the asshole? Spicy.
She's a home wrecker. She's a Whew, this one's tough. I know we have a lot of ladies who watch this show, so I'm gonna try and be as conscious of what I say as possible. Joke's on y'all. Nah, fuck that bitch. No, I genuinely. I will say this. I put us in these shoes. If I stayed at your house, you had to leave for a week.
I wouldn't care.
Exactly. If you stayed here and I had to leave for a week, I'm going to be like, hey, just turn the office lights off when you're done with my computer, bro. Like,
yeah.
If you genuinely have to worry that she's about to ride your man's wang while you're gone, that says a lot about how much you value that friendship and how little you trust her. And I'm gonna say this, how little you trust your husband.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't believe that your husband could withstand, and let's throw the obvious, like American Pie level hypothetical out there, right? Husband comes home from work, walks in, hears a shower running, suddenly bathroom door opens up, she's butt naked. How, like, if you think that his first instinct is like, how you doing? Like, then you probably should talk to your husband.
Yeah.
Or the opposite of that, you think that he's gonna be like, hey, can you grab a towel? Because that's pretty damn disrespectful to your friends. You know, like to my wife and your best friend. Like,
yeah.
Like it's I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say not the asshole because this just shows a pretty prime level of lack of trust, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, it's good communication.
Oh, fantastic communication.
I mean, unfortunately, in this scenario. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if things will change with this update, but yeah, I think I got to agree with not the asshole. And,
let's read the update.
Well, and before we do, because I'll have to unblur that too.
Fair.
I guess I don't have to, but just to make things easier, Reddit agreed with not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Update. I spoke with Stacy after work tonight, and it was tough. She saw this thread and was upset that I brought it to Reddit and allowed strangers to judge her. She also acknowledged that what she does is wrong and said she is working on it. Hasn't been with anyone in a while, and she has issues no one understands. She said that more than anything, she's hurt because I really thought she'd sleep with my husband despite not trying to do so in over 15 years that we've known each other. Oh, we've all known each other, excuse me. I brought up things she's done in the past that has added to my discomfort, and she insisted that it was innocent and she never meant anything by it. She said she's going to leave permanently because she doesn't feel welcome knowing she isn't trusted, and she doesn't want to stay where she is not wanted. She went silent for what seemed like forever, then said, I think you did the right thing. If the situation was reversed, I would ask you to leave too. Then says again that she has issues and she's not sure why she does it. She started to cry, and I told her that whatever she's going through can be worked on, and she can talk to someone who can help her sort out her feelings and give her some insight, and she said she would work on herself. We hugged it out, and I told her I'll be here for her while she works through it all.
Definitely not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. No.
That's you. Hey, you got a level of fortified patience that I aspire to have. Good Lord. Like, definitely not the asshole. Stand your ground.
Yeah.
Be and be real about your intentions. Be real about what you came with, and great job. And also great friend. Great. Even afterwards, you were like, "Look, I'm here for you." Like, yeah. If you feel like you got issues, let's work them out. Let's get you some help. W's to Dead on Dada 14.
Yeah.
W's.
See what the comments are saying too. Read a couple.
This first comment reads, not the asshole. For people saying, don't you trust your husband? 1, you know she is a man-eater who enjoys ruining committed relationships. 2, he knows she is your friend. Why would you intentionally put him in a position where he has to ask her to leave while you are gone and tell you why he asked her? What if she made false accusations against him, either in response to him putting her out or another way to mess up your relationship? If she has changed, maybe this will be enough motivation for her to figure out why commitment to other people is such a turn on for her. If she hasn't, not the asshole for proactively protecting your family. But I too wonder why you let her stay with you in the first place, given her total lack of shame previously. Good on you for putting your husband, your family, and your future of your friendship ahead of her short-term preferences. Facts. I want to make a comment on that third line there, but I too wonder why you let her stay with you in the first place, given her total lack of shame previously. My only guess on that is that she was like, all right, well, I know I'm gonna be around pretty much 24/7, so I don't have to worry about you fucking up. End of story.
Yeah.
So
yeah, LP even responded to that, just saying, thank you. And I do fully trust my husband. We've had plenty of guests and have had roommates in the past, and cheating has never been an issue or fear I've had. She specifically likes committed men. So yeah, she's more worried about her ability to turn even the good ones, apparently.
W's. W's on being an amazing friend. Massive W's.
Yep.
Even the second comment says, not the asshole, but why are you friends with someone who you believe will sleep with your husband? Like, that's actually a really good question. Really good question.
Well, I mean, I guess it was never really a worry up until that point because, you know, they've always had, it's not like the husband was going and hanging out with her friend on his own, you know? So like they've always had, we'll say, a leashed experience.
yeah, absolutely. I think that's enough on that one.
Yep.
All right, up to the last story here.
Last but not least. You good?
I think I heard a knock. Hang on. Cut.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the Lousy listeners. And also, click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other Lousy listeners. Let's get back to the video.
We're back.
And we're back.
Apologies. Technical difficulties, if you will. Let's read this last story. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend that I'm not happy for her? Okay. I dated my ex-boyfriend for a few years, and we broke it off a few months before COVID. We were both madly in love, and I'm still not over him. My best friend knows this. A few months ago, she started getting distant from me, and it's super unusual for me because she needs me for everything. Like just a few things that I helped her do. Find colleges, apply to colleges, help donate money for her college fund, help her build her resume, find her therapy, find her a job, and countless other things. I even paid for a lot of stuff for her, like going on trips and such. She didn't really do much for me, and it was somewhat of an emotional support because I'd always talk about her. We'd always talk about her, but then I really didn't mind and didn't care what I did for her. She was my best friend forever, and you love your best friends. They're sisters. Last month, she broke and told me that the reason that she's so distant is because she's quarantining with my ex, and they're a thing.
Oh, shit.
Whatever hopes I had of getting back to my ex are squashed because I don't think I can get over him hooking up with my best friend. I'm super heartbroken, and I know that you don't own people, but that doesn't mean that you can't be upset about their betrayal. Yes, dating your best friend's ex that she still loves is a betrayal. She asked me if I was happy for her. What the fuck? Because she finally got a good job and a nice boyfriend. That job she has is solely because of me, because I asked an old acquaintance to return a favor by hiring my best friend. He wanted to hire someone else, but I begged him to hire her. I know how people are sometimes hurt, but then they say, but I'm truly happy for you. I honest to God don't think they mean it, and when I say I'm happy for someone, I want to mean it. I'm not happy for my friend. I just am not. I can't make myself be. I told her as such and told her to stop contacting me. She's now blowing up my emails and DMs because she's so hurt by what I said to her. My dad said that I should have just kept this to myself since I know my best friend is a sensitive person and is hurt. But what about me? Am I given a sensitivity pass because I've looked after my friend for so long? Do my feelings just stop mattering at some point? Do I read the edit?
Let's see. She's talking about the conversation of when she broke the news to her. So yeah, I think it's safe.
Edit. My conversation with my best friend went as follows. She called me with the news and said that she didn't know how to tell me, didn't apologize, FYI, and then she followed it up with how she's finally doing well and doesn't have to rely on me for money since she has a nice job and also a nice boyfriend. I told her I was not happy for her. I reminded her that I got her the job she knew and was fine with it, and that I've done so much for her over the years, and she thanks me by backstabbing me and getting with my ex. She knew that it would hurt me, and if she'd done it when I was well over him or with my permission, I'd feel differently. Then I told her to not contact me again because clearly I'm her friend, but she was never my friend, and I want to stick with people who are supportive toward me and reciprocate my friendship. Then I ended the call. So the question remains, am I the asshole for telling my best friend that I'm not happy for her?
No, she's not the asshole. I'm just going to go ahead and come straight out. Because as she said at the very end, clearly I'm her friend, but she was never my friend. And I want to stick with the people who are supportive toward me and reciprocate my friendship. Then I ended the call. Not saying it has to be a full 1-for-1, like, dollar for dollar kind of thing. But clearly there's an effort made on one side and not the other, from what I can gather so far. So that's so fucked up as well. And I know you're about to say some contrarian bullshit because that's what he does.
I'm torn. I'm torn between not the asshole and everyone sucks. And the only reason I'm torn on that, truly the only reason is it's that whole asking for permission thing. Guys out there know, like, bro code's real, right?
Yeah.
It's not a requirement, and she's making it sound like it is. It's more of a, like, unspoken rule, and the way she worded it, I don't know, maybe my brain's just reading it weird, but the way she worded it made me feel like she was like, you better ask for permission before going and getting dicked down by my ex. And, like, I see why she's hurt. It's fucked. There's no doubt about it. Like, you don't just quarantine during COVID with your best friend's ex. You knew what you were doing. But it's that point, like, it's almost like you're casting this, like, net around him and going, no one touches him until I'm done with him. Like, okay, I get it, you're hurt, but at the same time, like, what if dude went and slept with another chick? Are you gonna feel just as bad? Like,
I don't know. I think you're reading a little too much into it personally.
Like, but that's the only part that's hanging me up. Everything else, I'm like, nah, not the asshole.
Because, like, I mean, the permission part is a totally natural thing with, like, bro code and everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So why is it okay?
I don't necessarily see it as permission, though.
I mean, it's maybe permission wasn't the best word there, but blessing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's what's hanging me up. If I'm being honest with you, maybe, and based on the comments, we're gonna see how many people watched to this point.
Yeah,
to see. But no, I think you're right. Maybe that's the word that's hanging me up, is permission.
Yeah,
like I like how you use the term, like, blessing. Like Like, I don't have to come to you and be like, hey, you cool if I like throw Wang at your ex? Like, it's more of like, hey, just gonna be real with you. Kind of have a vibe going. And if you go, dude, nah, man, like, or you know what? Absolutely. Go for it. That like there's that blessing level there that I actually like that verbiage a lot better. Thinking of it that way, 100% not the asshole.
Yeah.
100%. And that's why he's my best friend, because he understands how my brain works and was able to walk me through this to get me to the promised land.
Yeah. Honestly.
But no, this is 1000% like this is a question I had as I was reading this. Like, I don't think she said how long they had been friends.
Mm.
But based on everything she put in here, she's been using you.
Yep.
She has been doing nothing but using you this entire time. And you're telling me that you couldn't pick up on the signs? You paid for everything. You did everything. She was just riding freely. And you couldn't tell. There's a difference between being a good friend and being used. Very, very strong difference.
Yeah. I mean, so that line can be fine depending on the friendship, of course. But
sure. But everything she listed off, I'm like, what? And now all of a sudden, she's like, you know what? I got me a nice boyfriend. Your sloppy seconds.
It might be a situation of the best friend wanted to be OP.
Ooh,
that's kind of the vibes I'm starting to get a little bit, actually. Because and that's a real thing. I mean, people kind of worship, their friends, their. Yes.
No, I was gonna say, look at when we were much younger.
Yeah.
So just for a brief moment here, when we were way younger, this is like in the first 5-6 years of our friendship, I was always known as Sam's best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I joke around all the time. I love to entertain, but and admittedly back then I definitely was trying to like at least get some of that limelight. But I was always known as your best friend. And it wasn't that I was naturally trying to be you, but it started to emulate what you were doing. It's like, maybe if I just act like him, it's going to work.
Well, and I think that's also human nature to, especially if you're starting to become friends with somebody, or hell, even, they'd say like couples start looking and acting like each other over time and everything. Dogs, like that's a natural human tendency to kind of emulate and mimic the things you like and the people you like and things like that, so so this might be bordering on the dysfunctional level of it, and actually probably not even bordering, blowing out the door and fucking flying through dysfunctional friend kind of situation of where, like, hey, oh, well, she dated him, my turn,
Yeah. Like, and I'll even say too, like, I totally agree with everything you said there. I like, as you grow up, you start to get out of those tropes, if you will. Because even like when you moved away, I remember you and I had a conversation when you officially first moved to Texas, and you were like, when I came down to visit, you were like, yo, do you want to move down here? And I was like, nah, I gotta find myself first, dude. Like, this is self-discovery for me, because I became a whole different person. Like, way nicer, started working out, like really changed my life a full 180.
Yeah.
And sometimes that separation's needed. This may do both of them very good for her to like no contact this shit, because best friends go find out real fast.
Yeah, definitely some codependent vibes.
Yeah.
Off of that. And
yeah.
Doesn't help if she went to the ex. But yeah, no, that's a line you don't cross. That's absolutely not the asshole. From my
not the asshole. And everyone else agrees.
Yeah, not the asshole. I don't know if there's any situation where somebody would. Like, I mean, top comment here, not the asshole. With literally billions of us here, it's pretty easy to not date the one person your best friend has feelings for. That's pretty accurate.
That's actually something I use in my mind a lot is like, excuse me. Like anytime something happens, I'm like, there's 8 billion people in this world. I don't need one person to ruin my day.
Yeah.
I try to really keep that mantra going because, it's
true. Yeah.
one person, but also on the flip side of this, that motherfucker, that's your best friend's ex. You could have gone with anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally anybody else, I think, would have been.
So this next comment says, most definitely not the asshole. That's pretty messed up, especially considering how little time has passed and how much you've done for your friend. You don't have to feel any particular way about it. Just feel how you feel. Just feel how you feel. If you're upset, which I'd say you have every right to be, then just be upset. You're your own person, and you're allowed to feel however you want. You don't owe anyone anything. I genuinely hope you can heal from the situation that absolutely sucks. And to be clear, healing from it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be okay with it, nor be happy for either of them. Absolutely. Well
Very
said.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, this one's open shut.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just the change of one word. Joe's on board.
Honestly, like, hey, sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes. That, and thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah. My mind's a thesaurus, so I look for synonyms.
You know what? I'll give you that. Tell him to read a phone number off. Can't fucking do it to save his life.
Nope. I can remember it really well, but just can't say it.
Everybody, let us know in the comments what you think. Did we get these right? Were we too contrarian? As always.
Any mail takes?
Hey, if you made it this far, that means you liked the video enough to watch it all the way to the end. So go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel by clicking the button over behind us. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Later.